Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to get Marvel Rival audio mods working in Season 1. Keep in mind that this guide is completely different than what it was in Season 0, and it is a decent bit more tough. But, if you follow this guide thoroughly, you should be okay. So, before we begin, if you have tried another guide prior to watching this video to get audio mods working, and it didn't work, I highly recommend that you do a clean install. I'll show you how to do that right now in Steam. Go ahead and open up Steam and go to your Marvel Rivals. Right click Marvel Rivals in your game library, hover your mouse over Manage, and then click Browse Local Files. You should see this. Once you're here, go ahead and look at the top and click Common. And then scroll down till you see Marvel Rivals. Right click Marvel Rivals and then click Delete. Once you do that, it should be in your recycling bin and it should look exactly like this. Right click Marvel Rivals in your recycling bin and then delete. Click Yes. And your game is deleted now. Go ahead and back to Steam, hover your mouse over Manage, click Uninstall, click OK, and then reinstall your game, and now you're able to continue with the guide. So, here's everything that you'll need. These are my mods here. You won't have this, but you'll find content and repack unpack in the description of this video. I'll show you what they look like. Scroll down to the description of the video, and you should see this. You should see content.rar and then a Google Drive link next to it. Click the Google Drive link and it should bring you here. Go ahead and click download and then click download anyway. Bear in mind that this file is 2 gigs and it may take you a while to download. Do the same thing with repack unpack here. Click the Google Drive link and then click the download button in the top right corner. Once you've got that, you should have these 2 folders right here, content and repack unpack. You're going to need to extract them. With Repack Unpack, it should be relatively simple. Go ahead and right click them, and then click Extract All. You'll get this folder here after it's extracted. With content, it should be the same exact process, but if you are on an older version of Windows 10, then you may need to download a software called WinRAR or 7-Zip. Once you've got that and you've extracted it, you'll get this folder here. So, let's begin with the audio modding process. Go ahead and open Steam. Right click Marvel Rivals and hover your mouse over Manage and browse local files. You're going to see this here. I'm going to go ahead and minimize Steam. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into Marvel Game, Marvel, and then you're going to want to stay here. Once you're here, go ahead and drag the content folder that you extracted into Marvel like so. Let go, and it should transfer 4 items. If it transfers a couple thousand files, no worries, go ahead and continue with the guide, and if it doesn't work, do a clean reinstall like I mentioned earlier in the video. I'm going to minimize this once that's done, and we have this. Go ahead and open content. It should look like this: Marvel, Udo, Packs, WY's Audio. Go ahead and make sure the Marvel folder looks exactly like this as well. And once that's done, go ahead and go back to content, and then double click WY's Audio. Make sure it looks like this. Go ahead and go back to content, open packs, and what you're going to want to delete is pack chunk wys-windows.pack. Click it, right click it, and then click delete. Once that's done, let's go ahead and minimize this and attempt to launch our game in Steam. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to launch my game and make sure everything launches correctly. Now, when you're loading into the game and it pops up with a warning that says, hey, my files are corrupted, or it just completely crashes, go ahead and do that clean reinstall like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Then go ahead and repeat the tutorial from the beginning until here, and it should launch like how mine is currently. I'm just going to want to go ahead and let the shaders compile. I'll be back when my game fully launches. Alrighty, and it looks like we loaded in. So go ahead and go to hero and hover your mouse over any hero. And if it takes a second to load, that means everything has worked so far, which is great. So once that's working, we're going to want to go ahead and close the game. And we're going to get started with the modding process. I'm going to go ahead and minimize Steam. I'm going to go ahead and go to back here. And here we are. Now that you're in here, I have my voice lines pack, my ultimate pack, and I have my Season 1 Ultimate Pack. Now, the differences between Season 0 and Season 1 mods are mods that have been last updated prior to January 10th is a Season 0 mod. They will look like this. Exactly like this. Now, if they're a Season 1 mod and they were last updated after January 10th, they're going to look like this. This folder here. Let's go ahead and start with the Season 0 mods. I'm going to drag both of these mods into here. I'm going to drag these Season 0 mods into Repack Unpack, like so. Go ahead and open Repack Unpack, and you should see this. Now, what you see here is this DLL, this repack application, settings, unpack_pack, and then your mods. We're not going to worry about anything but this unpack_pack and your mods. Let's go ahead and start with my Luna Snow Ultimate. Let's go ahead and drag this over unpack_pack, like so. If you see this, click more info and then run anyway. If you don't see this, it should automatically just pop up a folder like so. Boom. So here's my ultimate. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into the ultimate folder, go to Marvel, Content, and WY's Audio. Here you're going to see a full file that ends in .bnk. Let's go ahead and go to our game files, right click Marvel Rivals, manage, and then browse local files again. So into my Steam. Now where we're going to go to is Marvel Game, Marvel, Content, and we're going to see this. Go ahead and open WY's Audio folder that's already in Content, and you'll see all this. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to drag this B&K that you got from your mod that you just extracted into here. It's going to ask to replace. Go ahead and click yes, replace the file in the destination, like so. Once that's done, let's go ahead and attempt to launch our game. I'm going to go ahead and skip the launching process, because if it launched the first time, it should be able to launch successfully with no issues the second time. Alright, my game launched, and if you made it this far, you should be going good. Let's go ahead and click play. Let's go ahead and launch into our practice range. Let's wait for it to load. It shouldn't take too long. Alrighty, let's go ahead and select Luna Snow.
As bad as things get, I try to stay positive.
Let's try to pop
See
our
them?
ult.
Right there. I am ready to put on a show.
Everything worked perfectly. My audio mod worked perfectly fine.
Another hit for Luna Snow.
And everything seems to be going well.
Wow, that's 3.
Sweet.
Wow.
Now, if this is what all you were trying to do, you can go ahead and stop here. That's the end of the tutorial. But if not, let's go ahead and show you how to install Season 1 mods and voice lines. Let's go ahead and exit to desktop and then click confirm. Now I'm going to go ahead and minimize Steam. I'm going to go back to my tutorial folder. Now, here is my Luna Snow Ultimate for Season 1. I'm going to go ahead and extract it. With Season 1 mods, you don't need to use Repack Unpack. It should already come in this WY's Audio folder. And when I open this, I should just be able to go back to the game files by going to Steam, right click, and then click Manage, Browse Local Files, and then go back into Marvel Game, Marvel, Content, and then WY's Audio. I'm going to go ahead and drag this B&K into there, replace it. Let's go ahead and see if it works. Alright, my game launched perfectly, and I'm back in. So let's go ahead and test that the Season 1 mod works properly. Let's go ahead and go to Practice, and then Practice Range.
All I ever wanted to do was sing, really.
I went ahead and skipped straight into Practice Range, and we're going to go check out and see if our Season 1 mod
There
works.
they are.
Go ahead and check it out.
I am ready to put on a show.
Perfect. Everything seems to have worked great.
Act like an angel just like crazy.
Sweet. Everything is working
I
fine.
put you on ice. Double KO. That's 3.
Now that's the guide for Season 1 mods. Now, if that's all you need, we can go ahead and stop here, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. But if you're trying to get voice lines to work, I'll show you how to do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my desktop. I'm going to minimize Steam, and then I'm going to go ahead and go back to my modding tutorial folder. Now, I had my Big Smoke as the Punisher voice lines here, but I dragged them into Repack Unpack. This is for a Season 0 voice line pack. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing as we did for the Season 0 Ultimate pack, and we're going to go and drag this in Unpack_pack. It'll make a folder. Alright, let's go ahead and open the folder. Go to Marvel, Content, WWise Audio, and stay at this English US area. Let's go ahead and go into Steam. Right click Marvel Rivals, Manage, Browse Local Files. Go ahead and minimize Steam again. Now we're going to go back to Marvel Game, Marvel, Content, and then WWise Audio. What we're going to do is we're going to drag this entire English United States into WWise Audio. Go ahead and click Replace the file in the destination, and boom. Let's go ahead and launch our game, and let's see if it worked again. I'm going to go ahead and skip into my game fully loading in. Alright, and I successfully loaded in. Keep in mind that some voice line packs may have another folder in them called Media. Go ahead and drag English US and Media into WWise Audio if that's the case. And it can also have another B&K in it. Go ahead and drag all three of those into WWise Audio and just make sure you click Replace, and it should still work the same. Let's go ahead and load into training, and let's see if my voice line lab worked. Alright, I'm going to go select Punisher, and wait for him to load in.
You hurt people, I hurt you.
As you can see,
Bogeys incoming!
As you can see, my audio voice line mods seems to have worked perfectly. Let's go ahead and pop our ult.
You picked the wrong house, fool! Night, night, Mo.
Double kill! That's 3! Wow, 4 in a row! 5! That's amazing! Unbelievable!
You made your last mistake.
Perfect. Everything seemed to have worked perfectly. Audio mods are working
Freeze
great.
start.
Voice line mods are working great. And yeah, that's about it.
Out of sight!
Go ahead and close my game now. And that wraps up the end of this audio modding tutorial. I hope this helped, and I hope your audio mods now work. And if they don't, go ahead and shoot me a DM on Discord. My username is in the description below, and I'll be glad to help you any way that I can. Now, for character mods, I've already made a video on that, so you can go ahead and open my channel and you'll be able to find that video. And it's also around the same process. It's very simple. It should be pretty straightforward. And for UI mods, that video tutorial should be either coming out 24 hours after this video has released or 48. It depends on how much I need to experiment with UI mods before I can release a sufficient tutorial. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and or night. So yeah, that's it.